Greetings, Wildcats. I am Justin Hightower. Now, today I'll be talking about Mansa Musa and the Mali Empire. Now, in my presentation alone, we will dive into who is Mansa Musa and why his journey to Mecca was so prosperous and so spectacular in the way that he uplifted his community alone, and why he was such a great leader to his people. Now, how he became one of the most wealthiest people in this world, not just in where he was at, but in this world alone of all time. He was one of the wealthiest African descents of all time, and ranked amongst the wealthiest people in today's history. Now, imagine King so wealthy, right, that he brought amongst one of the greatest exploration and pilgrimage of all time as well too. He brought attendance of 60,000 to 100,000 people in this pilgrimage. Now, keep in mind, there was no social media, of course, right? There was no social media. There was no way to get in contact with anybody. But he had to use his voice, and his power alone brought amongst those people. Now, in a world like ours, we're all familiar with billionaires, right? But very few know of Mansa Musa. But fear not, I will be the one to tell you who he is and why he is so important to our history alone. Now, he transformed the Mali Empire and has become one of the most prominent leaders of the Middle Ages. And now that we've looked at who he is as a person, and keep in mind, he is a selfless leader. He helped his people grow. He helped his community grow. He helped economics grow. He helped everything. Now, we're going to take a step back and look at the Mali Empire and what his reign over the Mali Empire ended up doing. Now, his commitment to the education, the architecture, and the trade left a long-lasting legacy. And this was all transpiring over his reign, and it reminds us that the legacy of African civilization extends far beyond colonial narratives, emphasizing innovation. Now, as we reflect, Mansa Musa's astounding life and legacy, Mansa demonstrated through his action as a leader and a visionary. Now, of what made the Mali Empire so powerful, we can see Mansa Musa's story of greatness. It didn't only recognize him for his wealth, but for his power and his way around with his people. His story shows us that it's not only about the money, but it is about who you are, your faith, and the long-lasting legacy that you build within your people. That you don't have to be someone that is so mind-controlled over money, but you can build a foundation for your people that can create success for all and not only one. And that is why Mansa Musa is so inspiration to our people and to our society to this day, and why he is so long-lasting. His legacy should reign inside of our heads all the time. Thank you, and this concludes my informational speech about Mansa Musa.